I'm here with Paul Kiewiet. He is an amazing guy I've known for years. He's a trainer, past a chairman of PPAI, and now a PPAI Hall of Famer. Good morning, Paul. Thanks for taking the time to visit with me here.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. Good to see you again.
All right, and we are talking about SuccessFit. Now, I know that you had recently climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, which is in Africa, just amazing accomplishment. And through SuccessFit, we want to talk about fitness as it relates to discipline and business success. And I know you have some things to share on it. So first of all, tell us, why the heck do you want to climb that mountain? That's a big deal.
Yeah, well, the answer is because it's there. Now,
Yes.
Mount Kilimanjaro is the rooftop of Africa. It's one of the famous 7 peaks. Each one of the continent's highest point makes up one of those, and it's a non-technical mountain. You don't need crampons. You don't have to worry about falling down a crevasse. However, at 19,341 feet, it is glacier covered. There is glacier cover at the top, much of it beginning to melt, unfortunately, but it's there. And so it was 5 days of climbing to the top in extremely thin air, and then took us 2 days to get back down.
Right. Well, just amazing. And we've talked before about many things, but in your coaching business, you've been able to share some things about discipline as it relates to fitness. Could you offer some of that information here
Sure.
to our audience?
Well, getting to the top of Kilimanjaro after 4 days of climbing, you go to bed early and get up very early, like at the stroke of midnight. And by quarter after midnight, we were beginning our ascent, which is in the dark with just a headlamp around our heads, and taking one step. And at that altitude, you can pretty much only take one step before you have to stop and take a breath. So take a step, take a breath becomes nearly meditative. And I started thinking a lot about all of the people I've coached who have said, Paul, I need your help with focus. I really need help with focus. I can't seem to stay focused on my goals. I can't seem to stay focused on doing the things that you tell me I need to do to be successful. And it occurred to me, focus wasn't going to get me to the top of that mountain. What was going to get me to the top of that mountain was taking one step, and then that breath, and then another step, and not having any awareness of time anymore. It was all the same in the dark. It occurred to me, it was discipline that was going to get me to the top of the mountain. Taking a step when I didn't want to take a step anymore. Taking a step when it would have felt good to get back down to an altitude where there was actually oxygen in the air that we breathe. So it was a great lesson for me on the difference between focus and discipline. Step by step gets you to the top. And in business, doing that next thing, and then doing the next thing, and then doing the next thing, one right after another, that repetitive discipline is what's going to get you to the top.
Wow, that is really wisdom. And in my crazy ADD world, whoops, rabbit. Staying focused and disciplined is something that I really have to work on. And being actually a cripple for most of my life, I've been sharing the story of how I now have a fused ankle and I'm starting to run, and I just completed a 5K, which isn't a big accomplishment to some, but my wife did the half marathon, and I've been just involved with this running group that we're motivating each other and we're encouraging one another, and that's really the vision behind free promo tips, a SuccessFit program in the industry, is just for you to share your story and the things that you've learned along your journey, and others to share, because there is something that's happening there in the disciplines of fitness, and also we want to be healthy. And I think my wife mentioned this is from the Star Wars thing, be healthy and prosper, or something like that. I mean, if we live long and prosper. So, certainly we want to do that. Any last words of wisdom you'd like to share, Paul?
Well, I think, you need to dream big. And I've run 19 marathons in my life, and when you're running 26.2 miles, it seems like it's an impossibility, particularly the first one. It's like, this body was not built for running 26
Yeah.
miles. And in my case, that's like 6 hours of being out there pounding. And when they say 2.5 times your body weight on every step, that's a lot of weight pounding on the bones. But you can do it if you stick to it and you believe in yourself. And when we work at our fitness and we work at difficult goals, I think it helps us in our business because we know that we can set big goals, dream big, and be bold and go for it.
Right. Well, wise words. And thank you so much for sharing. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Jeff. Thanks a lot.